Hey everybody, it has been quite a long time since I've done a video. Not as bad as the last break though. So I'm gonna give you a quick update before I get into what this video is about. And I want to go ahead and mention why I'm doing a 2-for-1 deal on this video. It's because both of these movies aren't exactly things that I can talk about without getting into spoilers. And I don't want to get into spoilers. I want to give you some spoiler-free reviews about these movies so that you can hear my opinion. If you've seen it, you can share yours. Also, without spoiling, please do not leave anything in the comments that could be spoilers for these movies, because both of these are best experienced blind. So that's my quick explanation as to why this video is going to be both together, because I didn't feel like my thoughts, spoiler free, on both would be long enough to entertain a video. So, brief overview of where I've been. So, shortly after my previous video, I had tested positive for COVID-19. So, I was out for 2 weeks and I didn't want to record until I was sure that my voice would be more back to normal and I wouldn't be coughing every other syllable, which was pretty bad for a while. If you followed me on Letterboxd during that time, I watched a lot of movies. If you want to go to my letterbox, they would be under my tag. I don't know how you would be able to find it, but they would be under my tag for Quarantine Living. If you want to check out what I saw and what I thought about the movies that I saw while in quarantine. So, that aside, I have also started back at school. I am going through, for a specified film degree, I will be able to have um, real world experience with this school, and I'm actually very excited to be able to learn more hands on things than I was able to at my previous institution. So that's where I've been. And speaking of where I've been, I've also been to the movies. So let us begin. I'm going to start off with talking about the older of the two first, because more people have probably seen it by now than the other one. I'm going to have these in chapters, so if you want to go ahead and skip on from this review to the next one, then by all means. If you just want to hear my thoughts on both, stay around. You're not going to hear any spoilers. Um, so, yeah, without any further ado, let's get started. So, first movie is Bodies, 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 directed by Helena Rain. I hope I pronounced that right. Uh, she is a Dutch actress, writer, and film director. I believe this is her first. Hold on, I'm checking the Letterboxd page just to make sure that I get all my facts right. I believe this is her first English movie, her first American movie. Uh, this is a rather divisive film that I've seen people talking about since its release, so it's about my time to actually give my opinion. What do I think about this movie? I love it. uh, I guess you could probably skip to Barbarian now if you want to. Um, but anyways, let me continue on with the introduction of the movie before I get into more of my thoughts. This movie stars Amanda Stenberg, Maria Bakalova, Rachel Sennett, as well as Lee Pace and Pete Davidson. I'm going to be really honest with you. There's not a single bit of acting that I disliked in this movie. In fact, Rachel Sennett, she is someone to write home about because I thought she was hilarious. Every single joke in this movie landed for me. Um, it is a satire, so every bit of humor in this movie is going to be taking jabs at a specific subject. This one is going to be about and for Gen Z. And it's very interesting how this movie manages to make fun of Gen Z without ostracizing Gen Z. This movie is made for and about Gen Z. So, if you're not familiar with how Gen Z operates, how they talk, specifically this age group of 20 somethings, which that's my age group. uh, so, yeah, if you don't know how this group operates, if you didn't grow up with them, if you're not familiar with how they act from Vine, TikTok, Twitter, you probably won't get this movie. Because this is a very specific group of people at a very specific age. I feel like if you didn't grow up with that, then it's probably going to be something that you're going to not exactly relate with. So you probably won't be able to see the characters as more than like stereotypes or caricatures. I, not to be like, oh, I'm so special. Uh, because I am of this age group where these characters are literally my age. I am 23. Um, I can actually see these characters as people that I've met in real life, who I'm friends with, who I have gone to school with, and people that I still stay in contact with. Like, I know these people in real life. So I was able to actually see them as more than just characters, and as the film progressed, I was able to see them as more than just the characters that they portrayed on screen. I felt that they were multidimensional characters and they felt fuller, especially with every single bit of detailing that we get for them as the movie progresses. And man, does this movie get vicious. Like, it's funny, and it's got some pretty good tension in there as well, with it being a murder mystery. This is a whodunit, this is not a slasher. And it is just really well done, in my opinion, on the mystery aspect. I was really engaged. I thought that it was going to be really predictable. And then the twist happens, and I was like, I did not see that coming. So I was taken very off guard. This is a movie that defies expectations and asks you to understand these characters, and that is how you might be able to see a semblance of the ending coming. Um, I feel like I might have talked just a bit too much right there, but I fully recommend this. I believe that A24 has been knocking it out of the park with movies this year. I still have not seen um, Marcel the Shell with Shoes On. I still want to see it. I wanted to go see it, but then I caught COVID, so I couldn't. Um, I really wanted to see it. I'm a broken record. I really wanted to go see it. I really wanted to go see it. I really wanted to go see it. Anyways, but yeah, Everything Everywhere All at Once, Bodies, 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 X. I've loved all three of those movies. Those are sitting at my top 3 of the year currently. The only one that I haven't really got along with well is Men, but I feel like that is a shared opinion on the movie. But yeah, that is my thoughts on Bodies, Bodies, Bodies. I think it is really well written, edited, directed, and acted. And I personally recommend it, but I know it's not going to be for everybody. So take it with a grain of salt and approach the movie with, I don't want to say cautious optimism, but know that it might not end up being for you. And that's okay. Anyways, moving on to our next movie, which is Barbarian. This just came out, so I am finally getting back on it with movies that are actually just coming out and not like weeks later. Anyways, so Barbarian is directed by Zach Kreger. It stars, and I will, again, this is one that you would be more well off not knowing much about it. Like, if you've seen the trailers, you thought that I was going to say that you know what's going to happen in this movie. Wrong. That those trailers don't tell you anything. I can 100% say with certainty those trailers don't tell you anything. And I am pleasantly surprised to say that. I do think they are bad trailers because the vibe gives me 2005, 2006, like Paranormal Activity, like the scariest movie you're ever gonna see. Oh my god! And it's like, is it? Is it though? Is it? Anyways, so this movie stars Georgina Campbell, Bill Skarsgård, and Justin Logan. That's all I'm telling you. Do not look up the character list. Don't even do that. Just go watch the movie. Just go watch it. Get off IMDb, get off Letterboxd, get off Rotten Tomatoes right now. Just go watch it. Go watch it. Anyways, so this movie is very interesting, and I will have one thing to say near the end that is slightly spoilery in like certain themes that are in the movie, but is not like super spoiler-y unless you've seen both movies that I'm gonna compare. But this is definitely one of those movies that uh, I had absolutely no idea what was going to happen in it. I had a very vague understanding of it. I thought it was going to end up going one way, and then it goes vastly different. Um, so the second that we get introduced to certain details, the movie takes a 180 turn away from what I was expecting entirely, and it is out there. This is a wicked movie. This is wild. And I mean that in a good way. Like, this is a fun wild. I wouldn't say it's like as bizarre and out there as like Malignant from last year. Um, and I also don't think it's going to be a love it or hate it. I do think, however, that this is really shocking. And considering that Zach Kreger has only ever done like very small scale, like made for video, made for TV kind of movies. The fact that this is like his first big screen production, uh, I'm very, very surprised. He's very well shot. There are so many sequences. It's not like I was like asking myself how they were being done. It was more so that I was just admiring how they were being done, because there are full-on sequences where it does more for like panning and tracking shots than like multiple cuts. So it's not like a shot and reverse shot. There's like a lot of like pan arounds. I mean, if you know movies, you know what I'm talking about when I just say pan. Um, and there's this one sequence. I'm gonna have to be real vague on this one. There's this one sequence that feels kind of fisheye. I don't know how to describe it more than that. Like, it has the same kind of uncanniness as like fisheye filming. If you've seen the movie, you know probably which scene I'm talking about, and if you do know, don't say in the comments. Just say if you understand. Um, but yeah, there's like that fisheye sequence that it's not exactly like that. I would need to like talk to other people, get their opinions, probably look it up. I don't know. This is why I'm going to school, so I can learn more of these terms, like personally, like become fully related to this field more so than like the sort of introductions that I got. Um, but yeah, yeah. My slightly spoilery, I can't say that word, spoilery, slightly spoilery thing that I was gonna say is that this movie is what Alex Garland wanted. Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. If you understand that, then you probably might understand when you go watch this movie. Uh, I won't have a spoiler discussion for this movie because I don't even want people to cheese it. I just want you to go see it because it is a lot of fun. It is, I don't want to say pretty scary, but it did make me jump. Uh, I was on edge. I feel like Nope scared me more than this movie did, but I still felt like this was still really well done. So, yeah. All right, so that's going to be it for this video. I know that I've been away for a while, and I know that every single day that I disappear, that means that my Twilight series review gets further and further away. Don't worry, that is intentional. We'll eventually get there. I've been reading through the Harry Potter books for the first time. I just finally finished Half-Blood Prince for the first time. Literally. Well, I'm not going through the series for the first time. Really, this is the third time. I've just never been able to finish Half-Blood Prince. So I'm finally on Deathly Hallows. I watched all the movies because I wanted to see them before they were taken off of HBO Max and put on Peacock, because Peacock gets a terrible streaming services and I truly despise it. But if you want to sponsor me, I'll say some good things in the comments if you want. Anyways, you stop making that joke. It wasn't funny the first time. Anyways, so Harry Potter, I'll probably also talk about that franchise as well. I have some takes about the movies and books. But granted, my read through of Sorcerer's Stone through Order of the Phoenix, I read those 3 times, so my opinions would vary from someone going through the series for the first time. Anyways, that's enough rambling. Thank you for watching this video. Make sure to like, comment, subscribe, and share with all your friends, and follow me on my socials below for more content or to keep updated with what I am doing, because I'm doing a lot of other movie related stuff that I put on Letterboxd that I probably will not review. Barbarian was just so eye-catching that I wanted to talk about it, so here I am. Well, hope you liked that, and I hope you come back for more. All right, have a great one. Bye.